All right, let's get real. Let's get naked. All right, we've got a video, Durianrider versus Hambini. We've got a podcast coming up. It's message Hambini. Hambini's also very similar to me. No holds barred opinions and experiences. So Hambini and myself on the same page with many things. We're going to have Hambini on the Durianrider podcast, which we'll upload here as well. If you haven't seen my podcast, go check it out. Just type in Durianrider into any podcast app that you like, be it Apple Podcast or iTunes or whatever they call it these days, Google Podcasts. We're going to organise it with Hambini. So if you have any questions for Hambini, let us know down below. If you don't know who Hambini is, check him out. He's got some really, insightful, honest, raw, professional opinions out there. I like guys like that who are very refreshingly real, and it's very, very, it's interesting stuff. It's good. It's like, it's really cool. It helps people lift the game, right? I love being criticized myself. I love it when people rip things apart. It helps you learn as a person. Now let's talk about carbon versus alloy. We've got some cranks down here. Hambini doesn't like the GXP SRAM. I don't mind them personally. I don't mind. I think they're very lightweight and they go right for me. SRAM, one of my favorite bottom brackets is a SRAM, a GXP ceramic. I find it very, very smooth. I do rate my SRAM product, and Hambini doesn't like it. He doesn't think it's a good design. I've never had an issue with it. I'm not going to disagree with him. But as an engineer, he doesn't like it. For me, as an end user, I don't have any issues with it. But I do have issues with some of the SRAM brakes. I do have issues with cracking durays, cranks, things like that. But anyway, so we're going to talk about carbon versus alloy. I just had these cranks sitting in my bed. I thought it's a great way to start the video because these are basically alloy axle crank with a carbon sort of wrap arm on there. And some people think, oh, you got carbon in your bike, carbon. It's just a good, you need a carbon bike. And the question really is today, what is better, an alloy frame with good parts or a carbon frame with average parts? That's the question I got on my Instagram before. If you have any questions, ask me on Instagram. Or if you want real detailed answers, go to Durianrider.com and join my coaching there. So we're going to talk about the alloy versus carbon debate. For me, I don't think carbon's carbon gets so much hype, man, doesn't it? I sell carbon frames. I think carbon's fantastic. And I think carbon is an absolute rip-off. I also think carbon is the new asbestos in terms of recycling, things like that. What I like about carbon is you can fix it, right? You crack your stay, crash it, you can fix it, you know what I mean? So I like carbon that can reuse. It almost has an infinite fatigue life, a lot of products. So you can fix it most of the time. I don't like that it's recyclable, unrecyclable for now. I don't like that it's like the new asbestos. I don't like that. So if you are working on carbon, make sure you're wearing some apparatus in your mouthpiece, etc. But yeah, the hype about carbon, it's really, look at Pantani's time up out the west on an alloy bike, 9-speed Campac with alloy rims. So the fact, if you think you're getting dropped because your bike's alloy, let's say you're riding a CAD 9 Cannondale, which I have hanging up just above me. Let's say you're running a CAD 9 Cannondale and you get dropped because your mate's in a Super 6. They didn't drop you because they're on a Super 6. They dropped you because they're putting out more watts per kilo. You ran out of sugar, you don't have the fitness, or you ran out of blood volume in late nights, you've been fapping off to too many whatevers, get fit in the Tasha videos, whatever. Like, there's factors there. It's not because your bike was made of alloy that you got dropped. So to answer the question, what's better, what would I recommend? I would recommend the best bike really is a bike that's under 7 kilos. If you're looking at performance, under 7 kilos. But again, it depends on your weight now. Are you a 90 kilo rider, 110 kilo rider? Now a sub 7 kilo bike won't really perform for you. It'll be a bit more noodly. It'll feel like it's going to snap if you hit a big bump. All right, so you're probably more going to 8-9 kilo bikes if you're weighing those 90 to 100 kilo in my recommendations. But again, it depends what sort of rider you are. Maybe you've got a bit of experience under your belt and you're not too hard when you hit the potholes. You know how to move your body around. So it depends on your experience level as well. If you're an experienced 90 to 100 kilo rider, it's different versus someone's a Clydesdale who's just going to go, I'm going to get on there and I'm just going to mandingo this bike up. Then you're going to have some issues potentially. So it depends on your body weight, but you really can't go past the alloy frame. You know, they're as good as each other. If someone said to me, Harley, you're going to race, you know, as a professional rider, and we're going to give you a nice high-end alloy bike. Actually, you can use your CAD 10, your CAD 9. I'm like, yeah, no worries, man. I'll race that. As long as I have my compact cranks and my power meter and my lightweight wheels and stuff like that, I'm good to go. My GP4000S tires, I'm good to go. The most important thing in terms of bike, let's not talk about carbohydrates and water and all the good stuff. Let's talk about purely on bikes, is if you don't, there's a cat witch in the window. If you don't have the proper gear ratios on your bike, when you hit the steep climbs, you'll be grinding at like 50 or 100 k an hour. What's this little pussy doing? Show me this little puss.
Oh, she's burping. Be careful with her.
She's burping.
She's a full belly.
A full little belly. A little belly. This is BB Malay's broiler cat. Look at her. Say good day to the crew out there. Look at that. Which is better, BB? Carbon or alloy? Oh, little face. This cat was born on the back fence, under a steel back fence. Keeping it real, keeping it steel. Look at those little faces.
This steel is real.
All right, we're just going to scramble cat back to mummy. So it is, you know, it doesn't matter on an alloy bike. You know, look at, you know, I remember getting a Tori on an alloy bike. You know, she was on my Trek Monitor, kicking ass and that. And I got a sponsored frame from Niche, which is an alloy frame set. She was kicking ass on that. She was doing PRs on that. And then Niche gave her a carbon bike and didn't really set that many PRs in terms of power, etc. Just, you know, mountain bike shoes, alloy bike, crunching it, you know what I mean? And the carbon bike didn't offer any performance benefit. Some of my times are my best on my alloy bike, my CAD 9. Obviously, I'm fitter now, so it's hard to compare, but I would have no issues going from alloy to carbon or carbon to alloy. No issues at all. Like it's if you people out there really think that they're getting held back by an alloy frame, like a CAD 10 or a CAD 9 or a CAD 3, you know, you're not getting held back at all. Or what's another good alloy frame? The Trek Monitor ALR rim brake. I rate it, man. Some of these alloy frames out there in the last 10 years are great. Specialized LA, they're all good, man. They're all good. You know, if the frame's around 1,200, 1,400 grams, it's a good frame. Put a fork on there, it's suitable for your needs. It goes good. So I would recommend that you go whatever you want to go. Go where your emotions want you to go, but go for non-proprietary. You know, avoid the proprietary forks and the faff stuff, because you'll be, you know, if you have an issue of a fork, then, you know, you've got some Cervelo S5 wanky-danky fork with the new ones, and it's like you have a problem with that, and it's like, I do love the older bikes with the tapered steerer or just a straight inch 1/8 steerer. It's just easy to get headset bearings, it's easy to fix, it's easy to maintain. Spares are really cheap, it's affordable. My CAD 9 hanging up there, you know, it's good memories on that bike. So it's the best bike is that one that is lightweight for your weight, 7 kilos around about, if you're a lightweight person, under 80, 90 kilos. And having the gear ratios. Do you live on the flat? Okay, whatever gears work for you then, pretty much 46-30 or 50-34. Do you live in Penang, Malaysia, with some of the steepest roads in the world? And do you want to get the KOMs up Penang Hill? Do you want to beat my time up Penang Hill? No one's beaten that yet. No one's beaten Durianrider's time up Penang Hill on Strava. Can we get a taker? So what gear ratios you need? You should definitely have the proper gears so you can spin to win. If you don't have the gears to hit 90 cadence on your favourite climb, then your gears are way too hard for you. Okay, way too hard. That goes for Chris Froome or anyone. You just see Chris Froome grinding anymore? It ain't 2008, mate. It ain't 2011 Velta. It's 2020. Spin to win. Spin to win. So that's the deal there. You know, lightweight bike, regardless of material, is good. Compact cranks or just whatever chainrings and cassettes you need for spinning. Get a power meter. That's very important. Power meter is very important for pacing. You know, I do recommend Stages power meter. It's light. It's the lightest. It's the cheapest. It's just easy to calibrate. It just works. They get wet. You take the battery cap off. Let them dry out over a day. Ride in the sunshine. Put a battery in. Calibrate it. We're ready to roll. I love the Stages product. You know, the other brands, the pedals and the crankbase, and they might be okay, but it's like, just get a Stages. It's cheap and proven. I like proven product. And it's lightweight as well. It's lightweight. You know, I like that. It's as simple as I like light stuff that's durable and cheap. You know, cheaper, affordable relatively for what else is out there. And so yeah, lightweight bike around the 7 kilo mark. Cadence, gearing ratio is appropriate, power meter, bike fit, good to go. And safety check your bike all the time, make sure it's safe. You learn how to work on a bike. There's plenty of great videos from GCN or Art Cyclery, or a lot of people out there doing how-to videos, how to check your headset bearings, or how to take your headset bearings, how to drop a fork out. How many videos have I done about that? And that way you save a lot of money. So that's my tip there. Alloy or carbon frame, it does not matter. Alloy will break faster than carbon in terms of miles. Carbon will break faster in terms of hitting an impact, having a crash, landing on it. It does. But you can also fix carbon. You can't really fix alloy, but you can recycle it. So there's pros and cons of both. Hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully that's helpful. If you want some real more detailed bike buying advice, get a copy of my ebook, Durianrider's Lean Body Bible. That's at Durianrider.com. And if you still want even more information, join up my coaching group, which the coaching group is great for people who want to buy a second-hand bike. And some people go in the market and they're like, Durianrider, and they post a link to a Facebook or a Gumtree advert and go, Durianrider, how much is this worth? What should I do? What should I look for? And I'll tell them exactly what the problem with that bike would be or potentially could be. And we just run it through. And that's just a fantastic service I offer there. And it's so affordable. So affordable. You can save yourself thousands of dollars. All right, just learn. I'm 42, man. I've got a lot of wealth and experience under my belt, and I'm happy to share it. I'm happy to share it. I share it with a lot of people, and that Facebook group's great. There's no trolls in there. It's just like every question answered, and if you don't get an answer, you keep asking until you get answered. It just works. All right, so that's a great resource there. Take advantage, man, of the resource I'm offering here. Take advantage of that. Save money, man. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on bikes over the last 2 decades, and all my knowledge can be just concentrated down into like little videos like this on my Facebook group or my ebooks. What's like $100,000s of dollars and 20 years of experience funneled down, titrated into like little droplets of Durianrider advice essence that you can just have for free on YouTube or super detailed versions in my ebook or coaching group. All 20 years, hundreds of thousands of dollars. You don't have to waste or faff around with. You can just ask me direct and I'll give you the answers like we did today in this video. That's incredible. And I love learning from other people. That's why it'll be great to have people like Hambini, etc. on the podcast and more people coming. So we had Victor Campanart's world hour record holder last week on the podcast there. Great interview with Victor. They're very appreciated. And next up we'll have Hambini. So these people out there who have references and tips, it's just amazing. The speed of technology now with podcasts. We can share our story, reach thousands of people, and then they can take little nuggets. That's how we grow as a community, and more people learn. My goal here is in this world is just to get more people on bikes, have a positive cycling experience on a bicycle, a positive experience in nutrition and vegan lifestyle, positive experience with their body weight or simple living. That's my goal. It's my legacy I'm leaving here every day behind. And that nothing gives me more satisfaction than creating content. Like that's my highest joy every day. Part of other things, but in terms of like life purpose, like creating content and helping people, it's just like, man, it's just like, I love it. That's my caffeine straight there. Anyway, questions down below. We'll see you soon. Alloy versus carbon, doesn't matter.